I think fighting poverty with faith is a rather remarkable, unknown by many people, unreported on by much in the Jewish press, except the JTA will publish something once a year, forward will. But I mean, it's co-chaired by the National Council of Churches, by Catholic Charities, and by us, and it's made up of 50 or 60 religious organizations that are either part of national, that are either part of the Jewish faith, Muslim faith, Christian faith. And during the month of October last year, we had in many communities efforts to show how these communities were fighting poverty with faith in terms of trying to cut poverty down, which is a really egregious problem in this country. And I think it's the fourth year that it's coming up this year. It's grown some significantly. It used to just be chaired by us and Catholic Charities, and now the National Council has been with us for the last couple of years. That's part of the effort. It's certainly the most significant interfaith effort in the country. The Jewish would rather talk about some tiny issue dealing with Jews fighting about Israel and make it into the biggest thing that ever happened, or all the press would rather talk about something like Reverend Jones and burning the Quran than talk about something really amazing that's happening in the country. Challenging your own community to do this, because as a Jewish press or a general press or a Christian press, I mean, it would feel like we have the obligation and responsibility to say, to our own community, why aren't we being part of this?
So many things that we've benefited from this relationship that ought to be named. Last year, for example, it sounds like a small one, but it certainly wasn't in the Christian community, that Easter coincided, you remember, with Passover. Mm-hmm. And as a result, there was a restriction on movement into the Old City and the holy sites, including for Christians who would be coming from the West Bank. Mm-hmm. So the checkpoints around Bethlehem and going up to Ramallah were pretty well closed to Christians who couldn't get there for Easter, which was a big deal for us. And especially because Easter, usually we have Western calendar and Eastern calendar, but last year and this year, the calendar is the same for the churches, so all of the Christians were coming in at the same time. So I spoke with Steve and with David Saperstein and other colleagues in this country. We got in touch with the Israeli ambassador, Michael Oren. We got in touch with colleagues in the Israeli government, and some of the checkpoints were open for Christians to get into the Old City. This it matters a lot. And as we tried to spread that story, not enough was made of it in the Christian press. That's what we really lament, because there is a lot going on where it's not being heard.